I don't even know if she eats the ice cream.
Yeah,
Does she eat the ice cream over there?
Apparently, yes.
I know that when my mom came to Hanszen and we first met Henny, it was like the first moment when she was totally okay with sending me off to college. I was the first kid that she sent off, and when she met her, she was like, I know Christina's going to be in good hands.
My favorite memory of Henny was when she was on the RA search committee with me and we were looking for new RAs. And she just could not decide between any of the RA candidates because she seriously loved them all. And she couldn't make up her mind because she couldn't find a fault in any single one of them. And that just sort of represents what Henny is for me because she just has always been so welcoming and really loves everyone for their uniqueness, and I fell in love with Henny after that point.
We were making these Hanszen t-shirts for Cabinet, and they said Hanszen Cabinet Bitch. And we wanted to make them before we were going on our Cabinet retreat to discuss the year ahead. And we had like a deadline of 2 days to get 20 shirts printed, and we didn't have a vendor. We really did. Hanszen has like a ton of t-shirt vendors that they've used in the past, but I didn't think about this. I just found some really shady t-shirt vendor like 40 minutes out of Houston next to a strip club. And Henny, bless her soul, and I together embarked on this journey to retrieve these t-shirts.
Okay, well, when I was a senior, at the end of my senior year, I really wanted to do this documentary film thing about Rice. Well, more of a mockumentary, like if you've seen This Is Spinal Tap, something in that vein. And so I really needed a camera, but I couldn't check one out anymore because I was a graduating senior and DMC was like, so are you gonna have to edit that out? I don't know. It's getting raw. Okay, so I couldn't get a camera, and so I was like freaking out about what to do. And luckily, I ran into Henny at the RMC because she works there, and I was like, Henny, oh my God, I need a camera so bad. This is my life's work. And then I asked her if I could borrow her ID, and she was like, yes, as long as you get it back and you don't damage the camera. And so, yay, she saved the mockumentary film project, which you can look up on youtube.com.
One year I was helping to organize beer bikes, and we had like a fiasco in getting trucks, and we couldn't figure out like what we were gonna do. Hanszen was like looking like it might not have any trucks for the balloon fight, and when I told Henny, she just like hit the phones and she was calling all over Houston and found trucks for us. That was just one memory where she went like above and beyond and just blew us away.
After having like one conversation with Henny, she always remembered my name. And even though I wasn't a regular for like Monday night ice cream, whenever I'd stop by, she'd always be like, hey Megan, and like tell me like a little story or just ask me how I was doing. So I really loved that Henny, took the trouble to like get to know the students at Hanszen and like took the trouble to make a personal connection with me.
At some point you felt like kind of like my older sister. I guess my favorite memory of Henny was, so we go to like Museum of Fine Arts and watch documentaries a lot together, and we just like finished watching this like UK documentary, 56 Up, and we just talked about our lives after when we went back to Henny's apartment, and we pour wine, like we made salad, like we made one of those like 3-minute like spaghetti or whatever, and then we just like talked for like 3 hours about like our lives, her lives. And yeah, I appreciate everything that you do for students, and you're such a nice, warm-hearted person, and I'm gonna miss you a lot. We're gonna miss you a lot.
I always thought this was crazy, but Henny has put her cell phone number in the O Week book, giving it not only to our students, but also to anyone who might happen to look at the O Week book. And so she has had people call her at 7 o'clock in the morning with ridiculous requests about their kids at Hanszen. And she always handles it with such good humor and grace. She is much more graceful about it than I would ever be, especially at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Henny really was one of the people who made me feel immediately when I came to Rice that I would have a home here and people who cared about me. And so I just want to thank Henny for everything she's done for me, but also everything that she's done for Hanszen, and I know that she's shaped a lot of people's lives in a very positive way. Thanks, Henny.
So, like, when I transferred in and I lived off campus, I was terrified of like getting like socialized, I guess. But came to Monday Night Ice Cream, and I very quickly realized that I was welcome here.
She was a, what is it, turtle something. Turtle.
I don't know what that means.
I've been told it's tiramisu.
With Rocky Road.
Like mint chip or maybe like a walnut type thing.
Rainbow chocolate deluxe.
I don't know. Chocolate chip cookie dough. That's a good one.
I would just have to go with chocolate chip cookie dough. That should be everyone's favorite.
Henny's favorite ice cream flavor is definitely gonna have to be dark chocolate mousse tracks or Millennium Crunch.
I don't know what her favorite ice cream flavor is, but I think if she was an ice cream, she would be Neapolitan, because there's something for everyone.
It was very interesting. Everyone I meet and I say that she was my RA in college, everyone's like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You have to meet my mom to know that it was like normal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just being there for people. Like, she's just a really like calming, reassuring person. I think that's the best.
I love that Henny is so laid back and she can talk about anything, and you can practice your Spanish or just hang out with her, and she's a lot of fun. Always appreciated Henny driving us around in her car and going on adventures.
I mean, all of my interactions with Henny, I love like one-on-one interactions with her, and it's nice sometimes to be able to not have to talk with like a million people, but have like a genuine in-depth conversation with someone, and Henny's always like really great for that.
She's able to befriend a lot of people that like don't like relate as well to maybe like the like super outgoing things like cabinet. I don't know. Sometimes I often see people there who like I don't see at a lot of other like big Hanszen events, that are like maybe stuff with the Masters or kind of more mainstream stuff. So I feel like she's able to really relate to people who aren't as into that, so they can still have a connection to Hanszen.
I mean, she listens to you, which is awesome. She will like just be, or seemingly be, so genuinely interested in what you're saying that you almost find it absurd that she's always like that to you, and that you just like can't help but like her so much for that sincerity, which is just like so much a part of her.
So what I love most about Henny is that she's just awesome in general. And no matter who you are, what you believe in, what your passions are, she really just wants to support you. And I think my favorite memory of Henny is just coming to Rice and having this vision of starting a new student organization, Navigators. And Henny was just so awesome and supportive, and still asked me about it and helped us get started. And so
I guess it would just be providing a place where people can go hang out, and people from different classes and even people who have graduated already can all come out like at a specific time a week and just relax and talk about whatever. It's a very calming environment. It's, you know, you can go, if you're stressed out, if you're shy, you don't have to worry about it, because you can just go and sit, have some ice cream, and listen to other people, and there's no stress.
So I work for Henny. Henny knows this, but she'd always come in, and especially like one day she came in late. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, but I saw this student who was at Hanszen. She had a name." She's like, "He graduated 6 years ago," and then Henny told me everything about this student, about his mother, and basically anything like I'd ever want to know about this guy who graduated 6 years ago. And it wasn't just that time. Like, she'd come in all the time, tell me stories about people like long ago, and she just remembers weird things. And I think it's like really cool, because I know that she'll remember me too in 6 years, you know?
I think she'd be like Spider-Man. Like, in terms of not like his whiny bitchiness. because that's not Henny.
She'd be good at sort of like
The like surprise, like you don't
Surprising,
expect it,
yeah.
but like all of a sudden they have all these like super cool skills from out of nowhere. That would be Henny.
I think she would totally just like fly everywhere, because then hey, just traveling the world, I feel like that would be something that she would love to do. And so she could just be super and flying everywhere.
I was thinking something to do with like ice cream. Like I don't know what, but like instead of like spider webs, like spider
ice cream.
She could shoot ice cream.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I don't know. I
What
should
flavor?
have thought before
Any
I spoke.
flavor.
Any flavor.
Any flavor. Oh my gosh. Like chocolate chip cookie dough, and then like I don't know.
Vanilla beans.
Crazy stories about Henny. I don't think she'd want me to tell the crazy stories that I know about her.
So we're walking through downtown Houston to get to the ice skating rink, and we convinced Henny to take a construction worker's hat that was sitting like on a row of construction workers' hats, just by this building under construction, I guess, on our way to the ice skating rink. And we all felt really immature, but it was great that Henny did it because we felt a little less immature.
I think one of my other favorite memories was one time there was like a squirrel. I mean, there were always squirrels, but she was sitting eating breakfast with us, and there was a squirrel coming up, and she was having a nice conversation with the squirrel. And I think that was probably one of my favorite memories of her.
Tell the story about when Miss Henny took you to school.
I went to the store with my parents. I meet something like Meet the Teacher Day with Liam.
And what did Miss Henny almost do? She had your car seat, and where was she going to put you?
In the front row!
Silly Miss Henny.
Some guys, I think my sophomore year, came to me once and asked me if my mom smoked pot, and I was like, no, she definitely does not smoke pot. Like, my mom has never done drugs ever. And they said that the fire alarm had gone off in news section, and that my mom had come downstairs and everyone had filed out of news section and was standing in like the little back quad of the burbs. And I think it was Garrett Schumann had asked my mom, like, Henny, did you set off the fire alarm? And my mom had said, oh yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get my bong to work. And she was obviously joking, but everyone thought that she was being serious. And then after that, everyone was like coming to me asking if she smoked pot, which she doesn't.
I think my favorite is still at the beer debates. She was at the beer debates, and they asked them to tell embarrassing stories about students, but she didn't have one about a student, so she told one about herself. And she said her daughter gave her a special brownie, but she thought it was like special, like, oh, I made you a special brownie. So she ate the special brownie, and she's like, that's the first time I was high.
I mean, I can tell.
She's like in the church, and she's like, they're like calling out people for
So their communion or like
something like that. It's like her first communion.
Yeah, I think it's her first communion, I'm pretty sure.
And so she's wearing like some sort of
Veil,
veil or
yeah.
something like that. And like they're in line, they're all holding candles. And then she catches on fire. She just catches on fire in the church. And like everyone freaks out, and then she's like put out and all that stuff. And like, okay, that could be the end of the story, but apparently it happened twice. Like there was another time where she just like spontaneously caught on fire in the church. And so I wouldn't be surprised if like people around the neighborhood just thought she was like descended from Satan.
We should know. Oh my God, you should not say that. What is the matter with you?
We all know that it's not true.
Where should Henny go for her next vacation?
Where's a fun place?
Real or imaginary?
She should go to Iceland and go on a crazy kayaking trip. That's my choice.
She should go back to Chile.
She loves Chile. Yeah, but she's been there 1,000 times. Go
yeah,
on a crazy
but her family's
adventure.
there. Fine, go on a crazy adventure.
I think she should come hang out with my family in Kansas City.
We're gonna get her a license, and then she's gonna go to the Galapagos Islands.
No, dude, Narnia.
Narnia?
No,
There's like
they're
lions
giants.
there, dude.
Witches.
I should go to like Spain or Portugal.
Just come see me in Louisiana.
To Belgium, because it's really cool.
She should go to Madagascar with all those animals from that movie.
I mean, Australia would be pretty stellar.
Australia, yeah. Actually, Australia's pretty dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah, dangerous. A lot of those animals there, like if you're locked up in a room with them for like 2 hours, you could be dead.
And she should go to the Sundance Film Festivals, and obviously when she goes, she'll want someone to talk to films with after, she's seen them. And so I think, I would volunteer for that. I would give up some of my time to do that for Henny, and be that person to watch all those movies with
Henny
her.
would definitely pick Audrey as well.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Let's go with Paris. I saw an episode of Gossip Girl. I actually want to go there now.
7 years is a long time.
That's a lot of service.
To do anything, really. And to be dealing with college kids for 7 years.
Yeah.
You gotta have a special kind of heart for that, I think.
So Henny, I'd just like to really say thank you for all the stuff that you've done at Rice over the years. Before I got there and after I got there, you were definitely a really huge part of my experience at Rice and definitely at Hanszen. It's like one of the first things I would associate with Hanszen would be like all the stuff you've done for us but it's more than just Monday movie nights or ice cream nights, even though those were also really great. But it's just that your presence here and what you meant to all of us, and if we ever had any issues or anything that we needed taken care of, that perhaps maybe we didn't want to go through super official channels to go through, we could always find you about it, and you've always just been there for all of us. And I hope that after 7 great years at Hanszen, you have 7 great more years and even more years after that.
And we just want to say thank you so much for everything. College was really scary when we came in earlier this year, since we're freshmen right now, and it was really scary, but you were so sweet to welcome us when we got here, and I just remember you gave us a hug, or you gave me a hug at least, maybe not Michelle, but you gave me a hug when I walked into Commons, and it was just really nice to already feel like we had an older sister or mom or someone around that was supporting us. So thank you so much for everything, and all the ice cream too.
Hey Henny!
Hey!
Well, it's me and Chloe, and we just want to say that we'll really, really miss you.
Yeah, a lot.
And I just really loved getting to know you, and you're just so nice and so friendly, and we'll really miss you.
Yeah, I'm really gonna miss you, Henny. It was great being a freshman with you back in 2006. You were always there for us. I always loved having you at Hanszen. When I think back on my time at Hanszen, I can't possibly think of Hanszen without thinking of you.
I love you, Henny. Thank you.
Mommy, I love you. You were the best RA ever. Even though it was weird to have a mother as an RA in college, Danny and I both really loved having you around, whether it was asking for some cash or if we got sick and we just wanted to like crawl into bed with you. And we really appreciate you. We love you. I know Hanszen's gonna miss you, and I know you'll always still be involved in the college. Mwah.
Well, I'm Henny. We're gonna miss you not being our RAs anymore. We really loved having you around.
Hola, Miss Henny. It was great having you as an RA with us. We want to say gracias for being with us while we were masters with you.
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry right now, but Henny, I just can't thank you enough for everything you've done for Rob and me while we've been here together. You've been such a source of support and help and friendship and love, and I am gonna start crying. I hate thinking that you're not gonna be just right outside that door next year. We're gonna miss you so much.
Hey Henny, there's so few people on this campus that really, really understand how hard it is to be a master, and you have made this so difficult job so much easier for us by just being so constant and so strong and so present for us when we have needed you. And beyond the mastership, we just have benefited so much from knowing you personally. You're such a terrific, wonderful human being, and we just have grown so much by having your friendship and your support. We are going to miss you tremendously. Thank you for everything you've done. We love you very much.
Gracias.
I'm just going to say also, Henny, that even though you're not going to be next door to us, you're not going to get rid of us that easily.
Absolutely.
We love you.
Gracias.
Last question. Where should Henny go for her next vacation?
You
you have something
I was gonna say a church.
No. Edward, this joke. It's not that funny. It's not that funny.
She caught on fire twice in a church.
It's funnier when Henny tells it, not when
yeah,
Edward
that's
tells
true.
it.